Hello everybody, Jordan here, and today we've got another video for you guys, and today we have the Boeing 717 aircraft for you guys, and we're gonna do a showcase, because it's been a while since we actually showcased an aircraft with liveries. I've just been making stupid content for the past month and a half, but besides that, we have this aircraft, so we're accompanied by Miles, and this is a complete rebuild of our Mad Dog family and Mad Dog aircraft, so yeah, we're gonna see if we can get back into the groove of making these planes. School sucks, by the way, but yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so we're gonna start. This is the Boeing 717-200, or known by McDonnell Douglas as the MD-95. Launched in the 90s as basically a DC-9 replacement. Didn't sell that well, and even though Boeing marketed this thing to death, it didn't sell that well. Surprisingly, Airlines want it now. Wow. So yeah. Now, the 717 right here has eyebrows, even though some have eyebrows and some don't. This is what it looks like without eyebrows. There are more 717s with eyebrows than without, which is why we keep it, because, you know, eyebrows are cool, and, like, no planes have them these days, so, yeah. Alright, so the nose has been completely redone on the MD-80 series, and if any of you guys remember that MD-80 promo I made a while ago, yeah, that plane's been, like, destroyed and rebuilt, because I don't like it, and we rebuild these planes, like, I don't know, every week, so, yeah.
Yeah, because we're
gear
gay.
door, we have our landing gear, strut right there, the nose gear right here. We have a wing light right here, airfoil extensions that are used to measure data that is fed to the cockpit. We have the wings, wing box. We have the fairings right here, the McDonnell Douglas style fairings on their T-tail jets right here. We have the Rolls-Royce, ooh, it's not VR. It's the, I'm sorry, 717 engines. I forget what this, I always forget this. It's the Rolls-Royce, Br 700 engines on this one. I always forget because like the MD-95 has a different one, but yeah. Engines on board this aircraft right here, and they also have like a little airfoil extension on the engines too. The after the engine, which is slightly different than the MD-90 right here. The pylon for the engine, and then the stabilizer, which is different than the MD-80 because in the the MD-80 stabilizer is different than the DC-9 stabilizer, and the MD-90/717 stabilizer is different than all of those, because McDonnell Douglas is weird, and they don't like being consistent. So yeah. We have the back of the wing. This is where the flaps and the slats are. Slats right here. Overwing exit and stuff, blah blah blah. There's the beacon light right there as the button, because I felt it would be a little stupid to have a beacon light as a full block. That'd be a little too big. So yeah. We have the stabilizer trim right here for where the stabilizer can move. And here's the improved stabilizers. So yeah. Now in the back of the aircraft we have the rear stairway/exit right here. And a tail cone, which is significantly different when compared to the DC-9. Now on the interior, it's not that fancy, but we have, you know, boarding area, crew station work, and then just seating all the way back here, and then rear exit. Now in some of the aircraft I put lavatories back here, but in some others I don't. Who cares? But yeah. Now on the flight deck of this aircraft, as you can see, we have kind of some new designs. So here's the flight crew seats. We have the yokes, MCP, panel, and throttle quadrant, all that funky jazz right there for the MD-90. It's basically MD-95. It's basically very similar to the MD-11, and yeah, so yeah. Now that's enough. That's just the blank livery. Now we can start with doing a livery grind. So right here we have the Boeing house livery, as Boeing heavily tried to sell this aircraft, but unfortunately it didn't sell very well. So yeah, here's the Boeing house livery where it says Boeing 717 with eyebrows in the early 2000s, with the registration on the tail of the aircraft as well, with 717 text right there. Excuse me. Our next livery, if you lived in the Midwest of the United States in the mid-2000s, is Midwest Airlines. Wow, I said Midwest a lot. Livery by Miles. Kind of hate him because I wanted to make it. But yes, now, I lived in Kansas for a while. Used to see this all the time. Unfortunately, they're dead now, but yeah. So
I'm from Chicago, so Midway kind of had them, kind of didn't. So
you did.
Rip.
No, you did not. You did not have. Milwaukee had these all the time, but not you.
I mean, that's close enough to Chicago. So
close enough.
Close enough.
So here's the tail of the aircraft. The engines, which were nicely painted, they had this very nice striped color on the aircraft and everything else, and it said Midwest Airlines there. On the interior, it was literally all business class right here with nice orange-ish seats, and people always said they had delicious plain cookies. And back here is where the rear lavatories would be. And I forgot to mention, this is what the rear exit looks like. Not very fancy, but I mean, it's an exit. It's not supposed to be fancy. So yeah. So moving on, our next livery, and my personal favorite, the Airtrain 717. I used to fly these all the time until they went out of business. Such a sad story. Yes, but before the merger with Southwest Airlines, Airtrain was like a big competitor with Southwest, and they flew the 717s and were the largest operator of the 717. In fact, the very last 717 delivered was the Airtrain in 2006. So yeah, it says Airtrain right there with the, this is the, I cannot speak today. This is in their updated livery with the A on the tail, and Airtrain.com engines right here with the American flag and registration right here. On the interior of Airtrain, they have a very small business class right here, just, you know, a little curtain, whatever, and then just economy in the back of the plane. So here's some lavatories, and that's pretty much it for Airtrain Airways. Yeah. I forgot to mention also the R2 door. I'm sorry, R1 door right here is smaller than the L1 door because McDonnell Douglas likes to be weird, and it's not necessary to have a door the same size, so this one is significantly smaller. Moving on, we have Delta Airlines, which is now the world's largest 717 operator. I see this all the time at Atlanta, and
at Midway.
Shut up. So, ever since the merger, Southwest leased the 717s to Delta on long-term notices. So yeah. Now some of the Deltas, lag spikes. Now some of the Delta 717s have no eyebrows. I think that kind of looks a little strange, so we're gonna leave it with eyebrows. So yeah, it says Delta right there, and on the underbelly, if I can get under there, it also says Delta Airlines. Well, it doesn't say Delta Airlines, it just says Delta, the updated logo down there, along with the widget on the tail and everything else. Now on the interior, it's literally identical to, oh wow, it's literally identical to Airtrain. It's just, you know, you have business and then a few rows of Comfort Plus, and then that's literally it. So, yeah, moving on, we have Mexicana livery by Miles. Unfortunately, they don't...
It's actually Mexicana Click.
I swear, apparently, the second I start recording, people say, let's scream in the background, because that's a smart idea. Give me a minute, I'm gonna go slam my door. So, continuing on, we have Mexicana Link, correct, you know?
Click.
So unfortunately this livery is no longer in service, but this was basically a regional aircraft for the airline Mexicana back in the day. This livery is in their older livery, as you can tell, with an all blue nose and a black tail and design on the stabilizer. On the interior of this aircraft, as you can see, it's pretty much all economy and this nice seating layout though, so yeah. So moving on with our next livery for the Aussies and those who live in the land down under, we have the Qantas Link 717. Right now, Qantas is one of the few remaining 717 operators. Wow, voice crack. So, yes, a livery originally by Scout, made by Miles, tweaked by me. It's just a team effort, so yeah. On the interior of this aircraft, as we have a little business right here, and then economy in the back of the aircraft. So yeah, looks nice for Qantas Link. Great livery right there. Now, moving on, we have Hawaiian, and I'm genuinely surprised how well this livery turned out, because I thought I was going to do hideous, but I didn't, so yeah. And you guys said we could make liveries in this scale. So yeah, now here's the Hawaiian 717-200 with the Hawaiian Tail. Now this is in the older livery, because they do have a newer livery where they have this design in a light gray color all over the fuselage. I thought that was gonna kill me if I tried it, so I stuck with this right here. So here's the Hawaiian Tail with the lady on there with the flower in her hair, and the colors in the aurora of colors, and basically vegetation on the stabilizer tail with the Hawaiian text right there. And on the interior, it's very nice. They have these it's kind of a dark brownish purple kind of mixed color right here, and then in the back of the aircraft they have a light blue. It's not this light, but it's kind of close enough blue color in the back of the aircraft. So yeah. Moving on, we have Jetstar, which was also a 717 operator in the Australian region. Livery by Scout right there, who's the Australian of the team. So as you can see, it's pretty much just like all economy right here with the black seats and pretty much nothing else. So yeah, great livery by Scout. Looks fantastical. Love it. Now our next livery right here is the Airtrain older livery. Now when Airtrain initially ordered, or ValueJet as you say, initially ordered the MD-95, Airtrain took their first aircraft in this livery and then phased out. and then moved it to their newer livery. So yes, it's basically the same stabilizer as the new livery, only it's with this tan color and design right here. Interior is pretty much the exact same, so there's no real point in showing it and wasting time, but yeah, here's Airtrain in the older livery. Now moving on, we have the Airtrain specials, because like Southwest Airlines, Airtrain had a bunch of special liveries. So our first one right here is the Orlando Magic special, because they sponsored the Orlando Magic back in the day. Livery by Miles, tweaked by me, because there were some parts of it that looked kind of stupid. But yeah, so here it says Airtrain in the colors of the Orlando Magic, and right here there's the star. This was back when the Orlando Magic was actual title contenders. They're not right now, although they are like finessing everybody, and actually they're actually playing really good right now. So
I know.
Yeah, everyone's getting dabbed on Golden State and Cleveland. Like, what happened? Okay. Yeah. And on the engines it says Orlando Magic with their logo right there. Now, next livery right here is the Indiana Colts livery by me. As you know, Airtrain sponsored a lot of teams, so it's the Indiana Colts livery with, you know, the text in the color of it with the logo and on the stabilizer right there. It says the Colts on the engines, and this aircraft has like 3 stripes, but I don't have enough room for that, so I just stick with 1. But yeah, Indiana Colts livery. Now, next we have the Atlanta Falcons livery for Airtrain right here, and it's all red, and it's basically the Atlanta Falcons plane. So it says Atlanta Falcons with their logo on the engines, the Falcon on the stabilizer, and it's all black with a red stripe, but then the white kind of fades up and kind of fades into the rear of the aircraft. So yeah, the Atlanta Falcons plane for Airtrain. I kind of wish Southwest would get back to these liveries, but nope, guess not. Miles, would you like to state what livery this is? No?
Some gay baseball team.
Okay, flame him in the comments. I'm kidding, don't. But anyway, here's the baseball team. I completely forget. Please feel free to flame me in the comment section about it, because I really don't care. So yeah, here's the livery. Completely forgot about it, but Airtrain baseball livery, because they sponsored the team. Yeah, what else do you want from us? Yeah. Now moving on, we have the Airtrain. This is the Magic of Harry Potter back when when Harry Potter was kind of relevant, and around 2009. So Airtrain basically slapped on this huge art of the Harry Potter franchise onto their aircraft right here. And
hold on, give me a second. Give me a second.
Just mute your mic. I'm continuing. So yeah. So they didn't have any decal on the nose too. Airtrain, some of their 717s had a nose job with black on it, some did not. So yeah. Now, this next livery is the Elton John livery by Miles, which is the older livery, and it has Elton John in the middle of the aircraft. So, yeah, right there, it looks nice. So, yeah, I mean, I really wish Southwest would put this in some of their liveries, but no, they don't. Yeah, but here's the Elton John livery for Airtrain. Looks really nice. Great job, Miles, with the shading. Now, our next livery right here. This livery right here is Spanair of Spain. Unfortunately, this aircraft and airline, I think this aircraft at least, is no longer in operation with the airline. So this aircraft originated from Spain, as you can tell from the Spanish flag right there. And livery by Scout, because he was super self-conscious about the tail, but I think he did a great job, so yeah. On the interior, it's pretty much all economy in this seating. Ooh, I could be wrong. I think it's supposed to be like this. It's all economy in this layout, so good job, Scout, with that livery. The next livery we have right here is Blue 1, which flew in the Norwegian regions and kind of near Sweden, basically in Europe. And unfortunately, this airline is no longer in service. But I do remember, that Potato, do you know Potato, back when he built planes in Minecraft, used to make these all the time. And my apologies, they actually flew around Finland and all, but they were phased out in 2015, and the aircraft was sold to Volotea and Delta Airlines. So yeah, on the interior, as you can see right here, all economy and nice blue seats. And speaking of Volotea, we actually got to redo the livery on this one. Well, I ended up making this livery today. Not today, I made it like 2 days ago. But
we're slow with videos.
Yeah, so yeah, and the tail, I thought that the tail was going to be super hard, but the livery looks a lot better than our 2-to-1 scale livery, so I'm pretty proud. And yeah, the tail has basically a bunch of, it's kind of like, I don't know, like a sweater patterns, if you will. That's a horrible analogy.
Like gingham, sort of? Gingham?
Yeah, and it kind of fades into a black, and then it fades into a light color that's kind of greenish, orangish, yellow. It mixes a bunch of colors right here, so that's what I went with. And the airline, I'm trying to think, Voltaire. The airline is of Spain descent, and unfortunately they're being phased out by the A320 family, but yeah, it's a great livery right there. On the interior of the aircraft, it's basically seating, and they have different colorings headrest right here. So yeah, that's why I have a different pattern for it. Our next livery right here is TWA. Unfortunately, this airline is long gone, but before they went extinct, they ordered some 717s, and this livery by Miles, and this livery looks significantly better in this scale than compared to our 2-to-1 counterpart. Like, what were we thinking? So, yeah, do you have an interior for this plane or no?
No, no interior.
Yeah, no interior. So, here's the TWA with the world and globe right there, and it says Trans World Airlines right there, with TWA on the tail. And speaking of TWA, when they merged with American Airlines, they actually painted some in a semi-American Airlines livery with, it's basically an American Airlines MD-8, 717, but it said TWA on it, so get pranked, bro.
It's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah. So, I'm assuming it would have, like, the MD-80 interior for American, so, yeah.
Yeah, probably. So.
Our next livery right here is Olympic, and livery by Miles, as he wanted to make some liveries. This airline has been out of service for a little while, and was the airline of Greece. So, yeah, and... yeah.
No interior as well.
No interior, because we don't have, because he was too lazy to look this stuff up. I wouldn't blame him. So yeah. Now our next livery right here, this is oh shoot, dropped my compass. This is Impulse Airlines right here, and livery by Miles again. This was later acquired by Qantas, so it's no longer in service, but I'm assuming no interior, right?
No interior.
No interior. So.
However, I get to paint a bird on the freaking tail, so it looks awesome.
Yeah, so good job, good job. Our next livery right here is
Turkmenistan.
Yeah, Turkmenistan Airlines right here. I believe they currently have 7 of these aircraft in service right now, and they show no sign to be taken out of service at all. So that's always nice. Interior, no.
Nope.
No interior.
Wait, I think so. Wait. Don't want to get flamed.
No interior.
No interior.
So, airline of Turkismanian, and hopefully, I probably butchered it. My apologies to those.
Turkmenistan.
Yeah. So, yeah, livery of that looks nice. Now, this next livery right here is Quantum Air. This livery has been, ceased operations in 2010, and all their aircraft transferred over to Blue One, which they then got rid of the 71s. So, yeah. So, livery by Miles. Do you have an interior or no?
No interior.
Okay. So here's the livery. Looks pretty darn nice, and it has a bunch of nice flowing colors on the tail right there. So yeah. And our final livery is the Airtrain Baltimore Ravens livery, back when, the Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl and everything. So yes, this was a livery which, was sponsored because the Airtrain worked with a bunch of NFL teams in the United States, and this is the Baltimore Ravens livery. Unfortunately, it's gone since Airtrain's gone, but that's the last of the liveries, and yeah. And that'll be about it for liveries. A tutorial will be coming soon, but it's like, give us time because we all have school, lives, and other stuff, so yeah.
I'm a gay Jew.
He's not actually gay, just pointing that out. But anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Smack that like button for Minecraft Madness, and check out all my other videos, and subscribe for cool stuff like this. And comment down below if you would or would not want a 717 tutorial, because we're kind of contemplating on what aircraft should we do next, because, yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Jordan. See you in the next episode.